Says, you're saying it here. Now she's going to use that because, of course, she knows exactly what's going on because everything is all set up behind the scenes. And she's just saying that so that she can then later go back and say, he said it here first on the Joy Behar show. That's her payoff right there.
Love music. And watching people perform and play, I can say,
what would you say
bad.
to somebody like that Hung kid? What was that kid's name? Bill Hung?
The one that was kind of a joke,
Hung,
right?
Yeah, kind of a joke.
Here's the thing. I would say exactly what I'd say. Say, dude, that is that's hilarious, bro. No, I would say, dude, that is hilarious.
Gee, I guess the show's not live as I thought it was, huh? That's crazy.
I would say, but let me just say this to add to that. I'd say, here's the downside, right?
Yeah.
The downside is that it's a novelty act and it's a one-trick pony, and that he's wasting a lot of talented people's time. That's what I would say. It's like good luck, have fun, but you're wasting some people that have some talent.
Okay, we're going to have more with Brett.
All right. So, first of all, for people who are saying, why are they talking about Bret Michaels? You need to understand it's not about Bret Michaels. It's about how the media works and how everything is. If they're doing this with Bret Michaels, and by the way, American Idol is a tremendous moneymaker. This is just unbelievable money that is being made with this. And just shows you how it works, how it is all set up in advance. I love your theory there, John, about the Joy Behar show being the testing ground, which, of course, means I have to watch it more often.
Sorry.
Oh, jeez. But, okay, so good. I think you've called it. Bret Michaels to be the new judge of American Idol would make a lot of sense. He's a singer, and he's lived the life, and he's not a direct replacement. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, no, the pitch was good. I liked it. I mean, the pitch was obvious. You don't want to knock off, he's like, it's a setup for, of course, he has to go and perfect this pitch a little bit more and go on maybe the Today Show or something else.
Yeah, he's not quite ready for the big times yet.
But he'll have it done, and then bingo, they'll choose him, and that'll be the end of it. Now, of course, if they realize that maybe he's going to not be any good, or he's going to fumble like he seems to be doing a little bit. It's all right.
The show is all hacked up until they get to the live finals. Yeah, it is all hacked up,
and that's a good example, by the way. Good call on the bleep, because you can't bleep a live show like that. They don't put TV on a delay. It's just not doable.
Barely possible. And by the way, the FCC has ruled that incidental F-bombs are okay now.
Yeah,
so that's all right. He can say it.
I was listening to the guy on another C-SPAN show or one of these shows where the guy was discussing it. It was the lawyer. I can't remember what show it was, but it was the lawyer for Fox who brought the suit, and he says that even to this day, even though that all these lawsuits about the $350,000 fine and all the rest of it, still never applied to anything between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. He claims that to this day, and it's always been the case, that you can drop an F-bomb at 11:30
right, after the waterfall.
On the Today Show or the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
But he says they choose not to do it, and they will bleep it because they don't want to offend anybody.
Right.
But it was still, he says all those things you see, like on Letterman. Letterman's cussing constantly now on the show, and they honk a horn.
Hartwell in the chat room just picked up on something that you and I both missed in that clip. Brett says, wasting talented people's time.
Yeah, no, I heard that, but I don't know. I didn't want to comment on it, but what was the...
who are the talented people on that show? The contestants? The staff? The judges? Who are the talented people on the... You're wasting talented people's time. Get off my show, you slave.
That's a bit patronizing.
Hey, by the way, John, what the hell? We didn't propagate today. I feel bad. I got to do this for a minute. Hold on.
Our formula is this. We go out, we hit people in the mouth.
I can't believe that we actually forgot to do that.
We didn't have any executive producers.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. Well, we can still sing it all together now. Shut up, slave, and stop wasting talented people's time.
I think we should take that clip out and use it. Stop wasting talented people's time.
Stop wasting talented people's time, man. Hey, we got producer John from Gitmo Nation East, and he will go only as producer John. He's also a a non-douchebag. He's been de-douched. Remember there was excuse me, a couple of suppressed reports about the no, I've got
You okay?
no nothing a little bit of fluoride won't fix. There's been a lot of suppressed reports about tasers, and he dug up a report that had been removed from the Ministry of Homeland in Gitmo East about, actually this is a study that was done in Los Angeles on taser use, because now they're also talking about shotgun tasers. This is the latest thing. Have you heard about these? So
they shoot out of
distance, long distance. So
Long
it's not just like a handgun; it's a shotgun with a scope, so it can get you from a real long distance. I don't know if it goes with wires or how it works.
No, they tend to have these little wires.
Yeah, well, on the short range ones. So and he dug up this study, and I think maybe I'll have to post the whole PDF. And he found it through archive.org. I think somehow he's able to, because it was removed for some obvious reasons. So this study was done at the King Drew Medical Center in Los Angeles. 92% of all patients who've been shot with a taser stated they had total amnesia about the event. 92%. And I think that is, if you get shot with a gun, like a bullet, you tend to remember it. In fact, they have some counter studies on that in this same document. But if you're shot with a taser, 92% of the people cannot remember the event, could not remember being subjected to the taser, and believe that the report believes that this may reflect indirect consequences of the peripheral actions of the taser discharge on the central nervous system. And I'm thinking, taser not so good.
Well, it's good if you're a policeman and doesn't want to be, you don't want somebody testifying against you under some circumstance.
Yeah, because you forgot.
Right now, there's a good article. You can go to Dvorak.org/blog and look up Maryland, I guess. But it's on the front page right now about some kid's driving along on his car or in his motorcycle, and he's got a camera mounted on his head. And he gets a movie of this idiot cop coming out with his gun pulled to give him a speeding ticket. And he posted on YouTube, and now according to Maryland law, it's like a wiretapping, and he's going to get 16 years in jail. And
really?
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah. Who's going to protest for this kid? Who's going to help this kid get out of jail? Well,
the funny thing is the ACLU has not picked up the ball on any of this. You can't take that picture bull crap. And it's becoming a problem. These cops are, the cops can take movies of you walking down the street. There's no reason you can't take a movie of a cop walking down the street. I don't see why it should be illegal. I don't know. But anyway, so this kind of thing, the taser, I think, is if cops get, some of these cops get, was the words on the street that it gives you amnesia, they'll just taser you, then shoot you.
Yeah. I didn't play that clip last week. It was the G20, and there was I don't know if you saw that clip. The woman blowing bubbles at the police.
No, I didn't see that clip.
Actually, let me just grab that. Let me just play that for you, because so she's standing right in front of a couple of these cops who are protecting the elites in their elite conference, talking about how they're going to fuck us all.
And by the way, some taxpayers are paying for those cops to be working overtime.
Yeah, $1 billion. But listen to...
The taxpayers should be in full revolt over this sort of thing.
Yeah, but they're Canadian. So she's blowing bubbles, and I want you to listen to this cop's attitude. And there is actually one guy who kind of stands up for a second and then says something and walks away swiftly.
You got to get in and you got to get out.
Yeah, he definitely got in and out real quick. Hold on. This is from The Real News, which actually is pretty good. So here she is blowing bubbles. And there's actually a female cop who's standing on, and who's kind of cute, by the way. And she's looking at her, and she's actually smiling, but then this cop next to her just goes off.
Is a mystery. No. No, I have nothing to hide.
If the woman touches me,